Hello everybody and welcome back to Just a Brick in the Bucket. Today we are finishing the Legoland bulk from like months and months ago. You can go ahead and check out the haul video up here if you have more questions about that. But today we're going to be going over a whole process for all of the huge amount of bulk we received. We have basically a bunch of these white things which are filled with all the pieces that we have been going over for the last couple months. And today we're going to be finishing this last one here on camera so you can see how we sort it and hopefully come up with some tips for yourself. Although I assume everybody's probably already parted it out, but these are still just good tips for parting out in any kind of bulk.
Okay, so that was Paul's impression of me with the glasses and the hat there. But this is essentially our process here. We got 16 of these Lego bags here, and you can see on the inside of there, they're just filled up with a ton of different pieces. So all those different pieces there came in like 16 different bags. We've laid out all these drawers and stuff, and then what we did for the first 15 bags a couple months ago was we started to kind of sort piece by piece, kind of category by category. So for example, over here we have our bricks. And these are like sloped 1x bricks. These are like curved 2x bricks. These are, or I guess bricks, like smooth bricks. What are these? Tiles, like 2x tiles. And then we have 1x like Technic bricks. Plates with some sort of like slope or curve on them. And then a ton of little categories. So we're doing a little bit more thorough of a sort than you probably would if you were parting out like new Lego before you do it. But we figured that would help in this process. So these are over here all like modified 1x bricks. Lots of things like that. You know, we have jumpers down here, little 1x tiles, 1x plates, all that kind of fun stuff. So we're gonna go through this final bag here, sort everything around, and then it'll all be done. Now this isn't all we have. We have a huge overflow over here. So these are bags that are full of stuff already that we've sorted. You can see we just have pretty much every category here in these bags. Every one of those bags correlates with one of these cup bin things over here. So we're going to finish up sorting this out, and then we'll get to the actual part where we get to begin to catalog all these parts and eventually upload them to the inventory. Okay, so or Paul just finished sorting pretty much everything here. So like I said, these are the cups that we have, or the little trays, and then we're going to put them all in those overflow bags there. Once they're all sorted, what we're going to do is we're going to each grab a bag, or I guess what we consider to be a category, and we'll start sorting from there. So we're using something called BrickStore. Paul's downloading it right now. This is what BrickStore looks like. My computer's a mess, but it is essentially a spreadsheet software that you add Lego parts to, and then you can export directly to BrickLink and stuff like that. Super, super helpful and very useful. If I remember, I'll put a download link in the description below where you can download that if you want. But yeah, we're going to go through now and begin to inventory and catalog all of these items. And then obviously at the end of this, we're not going to upload as we go. We're going to upload in one big thing at the end so that we can see how much this was or how much money this is, how many pieces it is, how many different lots, all that kind of fun stuff. So now we get to do the fun process of sitting here and counting all these pieces. All right, so we've been working on this a couple hours now. You can see we've made a decent dent. These are kind of the categories we have now. So what we're doing is we're creating the BSX files in BrickStore, and then we're putting them in like these bins for now, and we'll upload them at the end. What I want to do is kind of upload everything at once. We'll kind of see how big it is and stuff. But this is all the 1x brick, kind of all in there. This is our Technic file here. We got the hinges file there. We got the 1x tiles there. That's like the specialty pieces. Now I've begun the terrible task of going through and sorting all the 1x round plates, also known as studs. And there's a lot of them. Like, this is a lot of studs. So not looking forward to this. This shouldn't be fun, but Paul is also suffering over here today. Apparently there are 4 different molds. I mean, we knew this, but there are 4 different molds of the jumper tiles. So some of them have a groove, some don't have a groove, and then they obviously, if you can see, they have different bottoms as well. Some that have the little pin and some that don't. So Paul is painstakingly going through those right now and finishing those up. So it's been a long day, and it will continue to be a long day, but I want to finish today. Not sure if that's going to happen, but we're going to try. Okay, so I'm going to call it myself for the evening. Paul's going to continue going on a little bit. I have to wake up early, so I will not be continuing. But he's going to keep categorizing and putting that into the brick store file. Over here, we've kind of sorted the things, and we've labeled each bin. Again, we probably wouldn't do this if this was used. Actually, I know we wouldn't do this if this was used. We would just upload, you know, once we get through a category, it would be uploaded. But for this, what we want to is upload it all at once for this video so we can see the total and how many pieces and lots we're adding and all that kind of fun stuff. So these are going to sit here until tomorrow. Paul is going to continue tonight getting through stuff. I think we're about 35 to 40% done, something like that. So that's going to be it for tonight. Paul's going to keep going, and then tomorrow hopefully we'll finish all these up. We have a lot of things left, but hopefully we can do it in a few hours tomorrow. Hello everyone, welcome to day number 2 of working on this set here, or not set, again, this like the LEGOLAND bulk. I'm going to work on this piece here. After this, I hopefully will finish up the rest of these. Got bricks to do, 1x1 round things, these and a couple more, these things as well. So a few of these aren't full, but a few of them have some like stuff in there. So got to get through that in these bags here. And then I'm excited to put all the things together, see what the total is, how many lots we have here, how many pieces we have here and stuff. It's got to be quite a bit, but I'm going to continue sorting. Probably no time lapse or anything of this. I'm going to have some cookies while I'm doing this, I guess. And sort and make the brick store files over here. Alrighty, so it's been about 5 hours today, 5.5 hours since I've been working on this. I wouldn't say it was 100% straight through, but I got through, I think, 6 categories today that look similar to this. So we also did like the arches and a few of the things over here. Paul's currently uploading a set. But I am working on really trying to get this done. So I thought for a moment I only had these 3 bags and then these, which aren't too difficult in terms of, you know, it's plates and some wheels, and then this drawer will be fine. But other than that, I thought I was really close to done. Well, no, I'm very wrong. I actually have 5 more categories down here as well in the bags. So this won't be a 2-day thing. This will instead be a 3-day thing. So hopefully by tomorrow, my goal tomorrow is to come in and finish up some of these as well. This takes a long time to count and mostly to sort, actually. Counting, we use our counting scale for most of the parts, which makes it very convenient and easy to use, or easy to count. But obviously there's still a lot of sorting that has to be done, and these are terrible. Like really small bags like this, or sorry, big bags with really small parts in them like this, make it very, very difficult and slow to get through. Like this isn't gonna be a fun one either. But yeah, this is pretty much the end of day 2. I know I didn't film much, but I did finish a few categories today. This is by far a very inconvenient way to store this. So there is a chance we might upload these just to get them out of the way. And then what I'll end up doing is just putting the files all together in one big brick store file, so we can at least see the total at the end there. But also I kind of wanted to see, this is like the plates and brackets category put together. I did want to see our store inventory go up crazy all in one bit, but we'll see if I end up doing that, because we're really out of room to kind of store this like this until we upload. So we'll see what ends up happening, but I'm going to call it for day 2. Hopefully on day 3 we'll get this stuff finished here. I'll probably have Paul help me tomorrow if he's available to get these done. So yeah, that's it for day 2. We'll see you guys on day 3. Okay, here we are on day 3. So Paul has been in here for a couple hours or so sorting pieces. So we've come up with a slightly different system. What we were doing before is we each had our own thing and we were sorting the pieces. Then we count the pieces in catalog. I think we found that my strength is probably in cataloging and Paul's is in sorting. So we've decided to split the work. So he's doing the sorting portion of it, and then after that, I take it and I create the actual file of it. So we've done a few files today. These are a couple of them. These 1x1 plates and bricks. This also includes round bricks and cones. And then we have the sloped bricks over here as well. Got a lot of those. And then over here, I think I showed this yesterday as well, but we have a ton of different categories over here. So we're really close to done actually, which is pretty exciting. So this will have taken about 3 days. Now it didn't take 3 full days of us both working, because yesterday Paul was parting out sets instead. So I think we probably could have done this in 2 days, most likely, if we seriously sat down and just spent like 8 hours a day doing all these. I want to say, and I can't remember exactly, I think we had 4 of the full things of something. I don't exactly remember. There was 4, but I don't remember how many pounds they were. I'll put it on the screen because I'll look it up. But that's how much Lego we had here to sort. And for the most part, it was all brand new. There was definitely some stuff in it that's scratched. I think that's partially what this bin here is. Also down here, this is all unsellable as well. So there's various things like that. But yeah, we're pretty close to done here. I'm excited to start adding it to the store. And then of course, also I want to create that big BSX file, which will then show how much it was worth. And then of course, like how many pieces we're adding and how many lots and stuff. So that'll be exciting. But we're going to continue sorting today, or Paul's going to sort. I'm going to count. And I think we got a good system going. We should be done, I hopefully think, or we should be done cataloging within the next couple hours here. Okay, we are almost done sorting here, but we've run into one small problem. Let me just catch you up real quick. 3 more categories left. We have these 1 by slopes, which is what's here. We have 1 by modified plate, which won't be a fun one to go through, neither will this cheese slope one. So these last 3 categories I would love to finish right now, but these are the only drawers we have. These are big drawers, and it's not very efficient, I think, to put those in big drawers. They take up so much more room on the table. But we also numbered all the drawers here. So we're actually out of drawers to number. We only have those big ones down there that are hanging out over there. Other than that, we're out of drawers completely. So what my plan is going to be now, before we finish up these 3 categories here, unfortunately, I wanted to get it all done and then upload, but that's okay. I'm going to have to upload a few of these categories to get some free drawers, because obviously, for example, this entire category, it's not like I'm going to use all these drawers. Some of these are going to get consolidated with stuff on the wall. Like this one I already know is in a big drawer on the wall, so we'll just pour this in there and we'll have this drawer for free, or have it free. So stuff like that, that's what I'm going to work on. Hopefully I only have to do maybe 3 categories. Again, I'm going to keep track of all the stuff so you guys know what numbers, how many parts and how many lots we added to our store and how much money we added to our store, to see if this was all worth it. And again, I don't remember how much this cost, but I'll figure that out before the end of the video and I'll tell you. But I wanted to finish these last 3, but that's okay. We'll upload some parts and then we'll get back to it. All right, so upon trying to upload these, I just ran into a slight problem. I was not aware, since I've never quite uploaded this way before, that when you, well, I'll show you real quick. So for example, if you're in Brickstore/Brickstock, whatever you want to use, if you highlight everything, you click File up here and you click Export and you click Upload. That will upload new parts to your inventory. If you want to update those parts already in your inventory, you go below it, you click Update. But I would click Upload because we're going to add these parts in. Now, this is what it brings you to. This top part is where you're going to paste an XML that was just copied to your clipboard. So this is where I don't know, I guess I wasn't confused yet, but when you click Verify File, I knew that it gave you a screen like this. Now, I was unaware that it didn't give you the option on this screen to still add remarks. So I thought that, kind of like parting out a new set, we would have an option here where we could click, and then we could, for example, like we would scan in the drawer. So we had that drawer number in there, and then it would tell us what we consolidate with the stuff we already have. So I asked in Discord, and fortunately, David West gave me an idea. This is what he does at least. When he's doing the upload process, instead of just clicking Verify, he adds these to a stockroom. So I'm going to put these in stockroom C just because I know we have nothing in there. Now, when you click Verify File, instead of having to add remarks for these files now, we would now be able to then just put these in our inventory wherever they belong, and then later on go to our inventory and filter in stockroom C, and then we'll see a ton of parts that do not have remarks, and then those are all the parts we just added. And then once we give it a remark, we can put it or take it out of the stockroom. So you can see, for example, that one is going to be put in stockroom C because we do not have it. Down here, because we have it, it has a remark. You can see it's not in a stockroom there. So that's kind of how this works. Ideally, I guess you would put the remark in ahead of time, and that's probably why a lot of people are saying you put it in over here. My screen is so dirty, I'm so sorry. But you put the remark in here in Brickstore or Brickstock. The reason I didn't want to do that is because we already have like a decent amount of these parts. So I figured if I'm wasting the time to put it in here, then I'm just spending extra time I didn't need to. I didn't realize that it was actually going to be, I guess, impossible on this screen here. But now, after I put all these pieces away, what I'll do is I'll click down here, Upload File, and you can see that's what it would add down there. So this is 3,077 parts, 37 different lots, $402.24. When you click Upload, it'll actually add that to your inventory, and then you'll just have stuff in the stock room. For example, over here, this 1x1 olive green brick, we don't have those yet. And you just go in the stock room later and change the remarks. So I guess that's what I'm going to do now. So this will just be my new way of uploading things like this. I didn't realize this was the process, but now I know. And fortunately, David helped out quite a bit because I didn't want to go back into Brickstore and have to type in the remarks to all these things, even if, I guess what I could have done is had both pages open next to each other and just gone through the ones that didn't have remarks. But this is easier. So thank you, David. Now I'm going to go through and actually upload these pieces. Okay, so Paul, I believe right now is working on the final bag, which ended up being these little cheese slopes. This is what we saved for last, I believe. So he's sorted all these now, and all I have to do, I have to create the file for this one, which was kind of our larger slopes, or smaller slopes, I guess, as a 1x slopes is what it ended up being. Not these slopes, but medium slopes, I guess. Not the big slopes either, but these slopes here is what I have to finish inventorying. I have added 6 things now, so you can see we're starting to make a dent over here on the let me zoom out real quick. Over here on the what is this? The countertop. Made a little bit of a dent here, and going to continue working and getting all those done. Obviously, still have these over here as well. But yeah, we've made a good dent. I've done 6 files now, and it's added already a lot of parts to our store, like thousands of pieces already. So I'm pretty excited for that. Like I said earlier, what I ended up doing is these are the stockroom items. So what I'm doing for now is sitting them here on this little piece of paper. The people can't purchase them in our store. They just are in the stockroom, and then I will fix this later and give it a remark. And then over here is when we end up not having enough space in the drawer. So for example here, this doesn't quite fit in there. These this was the original drawer. This is how many we just added. So obviously not going to fit in there. Can't fit these anymore. So lots of pieces that we have to all consolidate together and put in different drawers. But we're making good progress, and I do feel as if we're gonna. Oh, also, look how many drawers we're freeing up. So while we ran out of drawers completely, like I said, we numbered all them. We're gonna have at least a couple hundred, maybe even more at the end of this.
That won't last long.
No, it won't last long. We have obviously this set here, which you'll see in the vlog and stuff. Okay, so we're gonna call it a day right now. Unfortunately, I really wanted to get this all done, but so these have been added to the inventory. These are currently the stockroom items. I removed them from over there so we can pack orders tomorrow morning. You can see, like I said, we made a decent dent here. We still have, I think I counted 14 more categories to go, or categories. These aren't technically categories that we are going to use for used Lego. These are just random categories we kind of ended up making with this stuff here. But we've added a lot of new lots to our inventory so far, thousands of pieces. So tomorrow will be the last day. I'm determined to upload all these tomorrow. I won't be in the store until probably around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I'm expecting this to take just a couple more hours. I ended up having to do a lot of other stuff tonight that didn't end up being BrickLink related, so I didn't quite get this done. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna finish this up and you guys will see it. That's actually why this video came out a little late, because I had to do some other stuff that unfortunately fell in front of BrickLink in terms of priority. But yeah, we're really close to having all these thousands of pieces added, and I'm really excited to put it all in that one spreadsheet and figure out how many parts and lots this is. And here we are on what will be the final day. This is the day we're going to call the day of uploads. So we have a ton of things to upload over there, tons of things here, and this is in the process now. Like I showed you what would have been a couple minutes ago for you, this is our area where we just need to add remarks. So I'm working on that over here. What we're going to do is Paul's going to come in right now. He's going to start uploading them and consolidating things that need to go into the old things, and then stuff, for example, like this 1x4 modified red brick. He will, for example, take this and he'll go and put it over there by me. Then obviously once it is uploaded, I can then assign it a remark and get it in the store. So we're just going to kind of do this assembly line. He'll have the job of putting the parts away, and I'll have the job of assigning remarks to drawers or pieces that did not yet have remarks. So I think this shouldn't take too long. We already made a decent dent. I've done a couple already today that I didn't say anything. I feel like I've said we've made a dent for like a lot in the past, but it just keeps going. So we'll see. Hopefully this isn't going to take us too long. Yeah, here we go. This is going to be the final day, and I'm super excited to get that spreadsheet together, see how many pieces this thing was. This is the last file. One more, and it's all uploaded. And we finished. We are totally done. Look how many drawers we have available, like almost like, I don't know, 2/3 of a table, which is great. So lots of drawers we can continue to part out, like these little sets down here, and there's another Ninjago set, I believe, back there, if you can see it or not. And then obviously we have a lot more to do besides that, but we were worried about the drawers, but we have enough now. We also have more dividers on the way right now, so once those dividers get here, we can I'm going to go through the entire inventory and consolidate more. But I just made a spreadsheet. Now what I'm going to do is jump into that spreadsheet and show you. I want to show you guys the numbers here. So you can see, I'll show you the total spent and all that kind of stuff in just a minute, but essentially you can see that over here on the left side is kind of all the categories we used. Not that necessarily these are any particular category, it's just kind of what we ended up sorting it as. This is not exactly what we'll be using for like used. I already created a category sheet and it's similar to this, but it's not exactly this. This one's kind of a little weird and kind of all over the place. When we couldn't find something that fit in category, we're just like, oh, we'll stick it over here. And it didn't necessarily matter because it didn't need to make sense. Not that used needs to make sense as long as it's consistent, but we're going to try to make it make as much sense as possible. Anyway, with the new lots, though, you can see in all the categories we added a good amount. Total new lots that we added to our store was 325, which is pretty awesome. So with this, we were, I don't want to say concerned or worried, but there definitely, at least in my mind, was some doubt that this would be adding many lots. Now, 325 in the grand scheme of things, if you're really looking at the total pieces there, which is 2,000 or 26,000 pieces, you would have thought probably we would have had some more lots there. 704 lots is all that this was, and that's just because it was from LEGOLAND. It was all new Lego. Well, it wasn't all new Lego. We actually listed a decent amount of this as used, which obviously brought down the value, but I can't sell Lego that's kind of scratched up or doesn't have that shine to it as new if it's not shiny and new and stuff. So unfortunately, I'd say probably close to 15% of what we listed, we ended up listing used, which is kind of disappointing considering we paid for new Lego or what should have been new Lego, but at the end of the day, it's fine. But you can see total there was 704 lots, 26,310 parts is what we added to our inventory. Pretty good there. Now, the total value, which I'm sure everyone's curious about, the total value on this was $3,603.11. So a lot of people ask oftentimes, like, oh, how much did you spend? How many hours did you work? What's your profit? Like, and it's difficult to calculate all that just because we have to, pack the order and stuff. And technically that's labor that should be factored into the cost of that piece and stuff later on. So what we did here is I put a little bit more on the right side. You can see we spent to get this Lego, and this ended up being we paid for 24 pounds of bulk Lego. It was about 24 pounds, a little over. It was closer to 25 pounds of bulk Lego. Kind of came in a ton of bags and stuff. We also got these kind of little minifig heads that are like storage containers that we'll sell as well. So this technically will go up in terms of value. I don't know how much those will sell for or how quickly those will sell, but we spent $775.76 to get this back in September. We got this in September. And then throughout the course of, I want to say probably October, we sorted most of it. And this was between the three of us. We just kind of would open a bag, sort for, maybe an hour. We could do a bag in about an hour. And a bag would have been about, I don't remember how many bags it came with, so I don't know how much a bag weighed, but we could do a bag in an hour or less. By the end, I'd say we were getting down to like 35, 45 minutes, somewhere in between there. But total hours worked, including the sorting, the cataloging, and the uploading, mostly between Paul and myself here towards the end, was about 30 to 35 hours. I'm going to assume more on the end of 35 hours. Now, this was not 35 hours each. This was about 35 hours total. So had we spent probably, I would say, 3 full days focusing on this, maybe, I don't know, or less, maybe 2.5 full days or two really actually full days, like 8-hour days of each of us, we could have probably got a lot more done a lot quicker, but we were still trying to part out sets and stuff. But I'd say we worked probably on the end of 35 hours. Now, obviously, if we just look at this based on how we would normally look at sets in terms of like a part out value, this part out multiplier was a 4.64 times in terms of what it listed for versus what we spent on it. I would argue, though, the difference with this one is the extra time that we had to work in order to do this. So really, your profit goes down. Now, I tried to calculate a rough profit because people always ask, oh, how much did you make on this? And you never make money until it's sold, so it's kind of difficult there. But rough profit, I essentially calculated by, I took obviously the value of the whole thing, removed what we spent, so subtracted how much it cost. Then I also subtracted, I just did minimum wage here, which is $15 times 35 hours. So not having picked the pieces, we could say the rough profit is like $2,302.35. Obviously, once we pick the parts and ship it, profit and stuff totally fluctuates at that point. But you could say $2,300-ish profit while it went in the inventory after we put the time into sort it and stuff. So this is kind of the whole bulk Lego. Hopefully this was interesting, and hopefully this kind of showed what it was. Obviously, I don't think it's available anymore. Would I recommend this again? No, probably not. At the time when we purchased this, which was, like I said, it was in September, so we weren't really we were looking to start used, but we weren't really looking to get into used like yet. What I would say for this, had this offer come up now, you know, in February of 2021, I would say we wouldn't go for this. We would go for I'd prefer 25 pounds of used Lego. It would cost significantly less, but to be totally honest, it would probably part out at a similar value. In terms of if we had, you know, 25 pounds. It could part out more, it could part out less. Obviously depends what's in it and stuff, and using or being all used parts, they're generally valued a little less. But like I said, we probably listed 10-ish or more percent, probably about 10% of this inventory as used. So we're building up our used inventory in an accidental way, I guess. So hopefully you guys found that all interesting and stuff. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions on this, go ahead and ask them in the comment section below. If you like the video, I know this was probably a long, weird, formatted one, and I know it came out a day late. I'm sorry, guys. Please give it a thumbs up, though. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed, we're getting a lot of subscribers recently. It's pretty amazing, actually. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I am going to edit this video and then go to bed, because it's been a few... Actually, it didn't even take that long to upload. It only took maybe 4 hours today. Maybe not even that. It was pretty quick today. It wasn't terrible. It's not even... It's like 8 p.m., so it wasn't even that bad. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.